So, this past weekend, I went to Upstate New York's biggest gaming convention, Retrogamecon. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures because this year I didn't take any pictures. I do have some pictures from a previous year. I don't really feel like showing those though. But what I did at Retrogamecon, because it's a gaming expo, is I play a lot. I played a lot of indie games because we did have an indie game showcase, and that was fun. And some of those games were great. Some of those games could use a little work, but that was a fun time. But I also went and did some pickups while I was there. So I'm here to show you what I got at Retrogamecon. I mostly got some things I needed for my Wii U collection, a couple Switch games, and a couple PlayStation 1 games. I also, the day after, drove to Vermont to a store in Battleboro, and then at that store I got one of the other Wii U games that I needed, and I'm now 3 away from finishing my Wii U collection. But let's get into it. So, the pickups that I got these two from Premium Edition Games, which had a booth at the convention. They also had a panel. Their panel just talked about their upcoming games and how they do things. So Super Blood Hockey is like a hockey-based RPG, and then Phoenotopia is a Zelda 2 style game. This game is sold out on their website, and this game is not sold out on their website. But this is a game that they recommend to everybody because it's a really fun time. So I got this for, I believe, $60, and they gave me a $10 discount because I wanted to get the standard edition of this, and they're like, we'll give you the retro upgrade for $10 more, and I was like, I'll meet you in the middle because it's a $60 price. But those are fun. I haven't had a chance to play those yet. I do plan on playing them soon. If you've seen my, I talk about them more in depth in my Switch video, and I open the cases in my Switch video. So check that out in a couple weeks. So up next is Night Trap. I've wanted this game for a while. I thought about getting it for the PlayStation 4, but I'm like, I want to get more games for my Switch. Night Trap seems like a perfect game to get for my Switch. I figured if I run into it at a convention, I will grab it because I know it's a limited run game, so it's not like something that you can find easily. So, next up is my Wii U stuff that I got at the convention. So I had Madden NFL 13, but I didn't have a case, so I just picked up the game again. So I had a game with a case. I got it for $5. It wasn't too bad. Night Trap, I tried to get it for 50, but they were solid on 60, and that was fine. Next up is Mario and Sonic at Rio 2016, which this game for the Wii U is one of the rarer games. I saw it twice. I saw it once on Saturday, and then I was supposed to get it today, which is Monday, by driving to that store in Vermont, but I decided to go on a Sunday, only to learn that he was in a flea market. And I had just driven 2 hours to go pick up this game, and was like, well, I have to wait now. So I got a really nice breakfast pizza. That's good. But this game I bought a while ago at GameStop, but due to the Wii U's like disk rot problem, it didn't work. So I was really upset, and I had to go find this again. And finding this physically in person and not on eBay is not easy. And I found it twice within a 2-day period. And the reason I didn't pick it up the first time I saw it in person was because I already made the commitment to go get this. And then I found it for like $25 more, and I'm like, I am willing to drive 2 hours by myself to go get this for $25 less. Because sometimes you just need to have dedication. Next up is a game that I did struggle to find, but I also found twice on Saturday when I was at the game convention, Jeopardy, with Alex Trebek. Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. I did just play through this earlier today, and I beat it because it's a 20-minute game in which you play a round of Jeopardy. There are cosmetics that you can unlock by playing more games of Jeopardy, and you can play with your friend. It was a little laggy, but it is a game from 2012, so who am I to say? It's a laggy game. The questions were a bit tough, though, I do have to say. It asked me things that I knew and asked me things that I didn't know, and I was not sure how I was going to win, but I beat the NPCs with a score of like $20,000. So I made $20,000 and they made $5,000. Man, I wish that money was real because we could totally use it. Next up, well, this isn't really a game, but this is Jam and Jelly, which is a game that's supposed to be available in spring of 2023. That is like a bullet hell game in which you're a cutesy little mermaid girl, like that mermaid girl right there. And I did ask, he didn't say there were any cosmetics as of now, but like it reminded me of Cuphead in like that style, like art style wise, but like more colorful. And he does have an exclusivity deal. This was one of the indie games that I played. where it's going to be coming out in arcades in Japan first, and then potentially getting released on consoles in 2024, 2023. But I did get this card, and I figured I'd include it. This is the Retrogamecon program to show that I was there. You have Skeletor on there with a Ninja Turtle just playing. He's playing Q*bert because the Q*bert creator was at the convention this year. I did not go to his panel. Not that I don't respect him for making Q*bert. I just don't care that much about Q*bert. But yeah. Okay, next up is one of the SteinsGate games. I believe this one is something about harmony. It's a Japanese-only game, and I got it for the Vita. The Vita is not region locked, so you can play games from any region on it. And I wanted to play this game. I figured I could find an English copy, but I also thought this was the only SteinsGate game released on the Vita, and then I learned that there were more. So now I know more. Next, I picked up some PlayStation 1 games. My theme for PlayStation 1 at this event happened to just be racing games, so I got a copy of Gran Turismo from a 2-for-5 bin. I then also got a copy of Speed Racer from not a 2-for-5 bin, but it's a full copy of Speed Racer, and go Speed Racer, go. I could play this with my dad, and he would get it because he likes Speed Racer. Good cartoon. Watched it I watched it many a time as a kid, and I think it'll be a fun game. It'll definitely give me a trip down memory lane. Next up is Driver, which I got at the game store in Vermont because I didn't want to go there for just one game. I wanted to also support him as a business owner and give more support him as a business owner and give him more business than just me going to pay for a $50 game. So yeah. So I also picked up a copy of Driver. He did have one that was $12. This one was $9. And I'm like, I don't know what the difference is, but I'm going to pick up the one that's cheaper on the shelf because he probably had the other one labeled second. I also picked up this copy of Rocket Power Team Rocket Rescue for the PlayStation because I'm a fan of cartoon games, and I have some cartoon games, and I have fond memories of watching Rocket Power as a kid. Why not play the video game? Then, next up, also from that 2-for-5 bin that was at that convention, I got no, I didn't get South Park. I got ScoobyDoo Cyberchase, which was a movie I watched a lot growing up. Unfortunately, there's no manual, so that's probably why it was in the 2-for-5 bin, but I take it. Next up, South Park's Chef's Love Shack. I have the other South Park game for the PlayStation 1, and I'm a huge South Park fan, so I think this will be a fun time. I know this game isn't great, but the thing about this game is this game was $22, so it doesn't have a manual, so I paid for this game. And then I go to I pay for this game, and then I go to the booth with the 2-for-5 bin that I bought stuff from, only to find this exact game in the 2-for-5 bin. So I was like, well, how much is this game worth? And I'm like, oh, like $20. So I didn't overspend on it. But I'm also like, what? Next up, and the final game I got at Retrogamecon 2022 was Smurf Racing. And those of you who don't know, Smurf karting is coming out soon, so maybe a review on Smurf Racing will be coming from me in the near future, because we gotta compare Smurf Racing to Smurf karting, of course, because who else is gonna do that? Who else is gonna play the Smurf Racing game duology? I mean, if that's something that you want to see, let me know. I'm more than happy to do it. I have been Tyke. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!